I loved this story. You get sent out for how long were you out there? Like 5 months. And there was a bunch of you that started. And I think you were the last person standing. So tell us about that experience and what did you learn from all that time alone outside?
Yeah, when I interviewed with my boss, it was really funny because I was nervous. I know these jobs have a lot of competition to get. And so I really wanted to be in the wilderness for the summer, spring, summer, and early in the fall. And so I was studying up on all my biology because I was like, what is he going to ask me in the interview? How is this going to go? And I better have my ducks in a row. And he said, basically my interview was, we're going to drop you off in the wilderness. What's the chance that I'm going to have to come and pick you up? And I said, 0. And he said, are you sure? And I said, yeah, I'm not coming out. Like, I'm not going to get homesick. You're not going to have to come get me. He's like, well, that was the biggest thing that they were looking for. And to your point, because a lot of the people that go and do this work, they end up a week in, 2 weeks in, 3 weeks in, they're out. Like, they want to get picked up. They want to go home. They want to drink a beer with their buddies. And they want to get back to that infrastructure, that kind of noise that we feel very comfortable with. But I thrived in this position. Like, this is, they provided me with a tent and a sleeping bag. We had food. We had a research tent. Like, I had, even though to the average person, I was roughing it, to me, I had everything that anyone could ever want. And I loved it. I loved being around the wildlife. I loved the quiet. There were times, there's about 4 weeks, 6, 8 weeks where the bugs are, biblical. Like, they will wipe you out. Like, it's probably early June to early August. It's significant. And so you just have to get your mind right. You're going to have clouds of mosquitoes. You're going to have, there's going to be, things that you're going to have to face throughout your day. But seeing, I remember like day 3 that I was there, I was talking to this Yupik kid, and I was like, hey, man, I have to go take a nap because we'd been working 24 hours a day for a couple of days. I was like, I got to go lay down. He's like, okay, his name's Peter Gregory. He's an awesome, awesome kid. And I said, but if you see anything cool, come wake me up. He's like, okay. And so I went and laid down, and he came over to the tent. I was laying down for maybe 30 minutes, and he's like, hey, Donnie, there's a big bear. I was like, Peter, don't mess with me, man. Like, we're just starting out working together. Like, tell him, be honest. He's like, I'm serious. Biggest bear I've ever seen in my life. It's out here. And so I got out, and the bugs weren't out yet. I remember I unzipped my tent. I stood out there with Peter, and I could see this huge tundra flat, which you know what that looks like now. I felt like I could see 20 miles, and I could see the Killbuck Mountains, which purple mountain majesty, like, literally looks absolutely perfect. And then here's this behemoth 1,000-pound plus brown bear just walking right past my tent. His fur is really long from over the winter, and it's blowing in the wind. And he just walked as peacefully by. It looked like every oil painting I've ever seen that has stopped me in my tracks. And that's just being there and doing that stuff and seeing the fish and holding the salmon and understanding the ecosystem and watching that river system. We'd get there early enough, there'd be no fish in the river besides resident species, dolly varden, grayling, northern pike. But then all of a sudden, one day, you could hear the fish in the river. The river would go, it'd be very few eagles, very few gulls, very few wolves and grizzly bears, very few. And then one day the fish would show up, and the whole ecosystem would come to life with all the animals that I just listed. And I mean, to see that and experience that, and to know that happens every year in the wilderness, whether we're there or not, I mean, that's everything to me.
I feel like that's this greater metaphor for a lot of ways that we improve. And that is to say, you can't quit until the magic happens. Right? It's like, I'm sure with the people who tapped out, because if I remember right, something like 90% of people don't finish the full 5 months.
Yeah, that's right.
And I think anytime you're doing something that has challenges, you hit this point where you just go, I've had enough. I got to get the hell out of here. Like, you just start to freak out. But if you can just kind of wait it out and just wait and see, then you kind of get this second moment where that sort of phase and you go, oh, this is why I'm here.
Yeah.
But if you don't go through that doubt and the struggle, you're never going to get that big, important realization.
I think that's really well said. And I think we experience that a lot in life. And even the things that, I mean, even exercise, right? Like you get to a point with exercise and you're like, this absolutely sucks. But then you get over this hump where it's almost like that ball or wheel starts rolling down the other side of the hill. And you're like, holy cow, I made it. And now embracing the suck is that much easier. And now you have this perspective that you didn't have on the front side. I think that's, yeah, I think that's very well said.